Alright, so one of the things I got to finish up on the Chevelle, I got to dye these kick panels because the car had AC kick panels and the car is not an AC car. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this, again, the Sim company. I like their products. It's a plastic adhesion promoter. And what you do is you spray this on the panels, follow the directions, spray it on the panels ahead of time. And that allows you to paint these with vinyl dyes or base coats or whatever you need to color them with in order to get your colors correct from what we have here. Obviously the interior in that car is not black. So we're going to use the adhesion promoter, and then we're going to go ahead and use the same color and paint that we used on the dash, which is that light blue color, just the base coat. We're not going to do any clear on these, so it'll give it a matte finish when it's all done. Okay, the way we use this, you got to shake this really good, get it all mixed up inside the can, and then what we're going to do is we apply a light coat to both panels, everywhere that we need to spray. Allow that to flash off for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back with a medium wet coat, and we allow that to flash off at least 15 minutes. And then you got a window of when to paint your color on. You got 15 to 30 minutes to get your color on these. So we're going to go ahead and get these set, and then we'll get the paint ready, get it in a gun, and have it ready to go.
As a boy.
That's the first light coat. We're going to let that set up for 5 minutes. Come back with a second wet coat, and then we'll get our color ready to go on. Okay, the first coat's set up, so we're going to do our second coat, and this needs to be a medium wet coat. Again, it's important when you're doing plastics that you use an adhesion promoter, because it does what it says. It helps the paint adhere to plastic parts. Normal paint doesn't like to stick to plastic parts. It may stick for a while, but it'll end up flaking later as it ages. Vinyl dyes will hold up a little better, but if you're looking for custom colors to put on your plastics, you're going to use a base coat color. And I use a hardener or an activator in my base coat when I'm just laying them on without a clear coat. It gives them a little bit more durable finish too. So we're going to let this set up for 15 minutes. I'm going to go shake up my paint and get some in the gun and mix in the activator into the base coat and get it ready to spray. Alright, I got my paint mixed and my activator put in for the base coat, which is all we're going to use on this. So we're just going to give it a few light coats and get coverage on there and get the color changed. Yes, I realize I'm not wearing my mask. There's enough of a breeze blowing today that I'm not really getting any of this in. Base coat sets up pretty quick, so we can go right ahead with a second coat. A little bit heavier this time. Oh. I think I need one more coat and I need a little more paint. Alright, I put a little more paint in my gun. We're going to go ahead and get a third coat on these, and that should be all they need. That should give me pretty good coverage on these. Alright, it ended up being just enough paint to get a third coat on. Nothing left, that's the way I like it, because I can't put this back in a can with the top coat activator in it. So, we'll let these set up and dry, and then they'll be ready for installation. I've got to find some proper screws to put them in with, and then we can get this part of the Chevelle back together. Alright, so we are at the close of this Chevelle project, and I'm just going to do a walk around on this car and show you everything we finished up on it. Like I mentioned in the one of the prior videos I just did, that the owner's decided not to continue with any more work on this car. He's got other projects that he wants to put his time and effort into and finances, and this one turned out to be just a little bit more involved than what he thought it was going to be. Now this car, it's had a lot of work done to it. From what I can tell, it's had brand new quarters put on it, new doors, new fenders. It's had a new floor pan put in it. I've just replaced the lower windshield channel. I replaced the tail light panel, which were not available at the time when this car was finished, so that's why I've done them now, and they weren't done when the car was done before. But it is a good driver, and he is looking for a buyer for this car. So if you're interested in a true 65 Chevelle SS car, now it's not a drivetrain matching car anymore because this car originally came with a 327, 3-speed on the column, and it now has a 454 with a 4-speed. Still has the original 12-bolt rear end in it, but he is looking to get rid of this car, let it move on to another home where someone can put some time into it and finish off the detail items that weren't really done properly on this car. Some of the trim items, it's going to need some paint work now. And I'll take you for a walk around it. Again, one of the things we were going to do with the car here was replace this door skin, which will be included with the car when it sells. He does have a new skin, and do the repairs to this quarter panel down here where it was run into with a four-wheeler at some point in time. So that will need to be addressed. And then you've got the paint work that needs to be taken care of back here where I installed the new tail light panel. The rest of the car is actually in pretty nice shape as far as that goes. It does need a new weather strip on this door. It never was really set in right, so it kept catching on the door catch. The windows need the new side seals put in, some adjustment done to those. So you saw in all the prior videos the work we've done. We fixed up the dash. After fixing the windshield repairs, I got the glove box all put back in. The dash itself is all finished and put back together. All the gauges have been replaced in this car. They're all new gauges. New dash pad. The headliner's in good shape. It needs a cleaning. The sun visors are all nice. The door panels are new. And I have attached them at the bottoms with the screws they're supposed to have, which they didn't have in them when the car came here. So all that's done. It needs a couple of window crank handles. Just little items here and there. Again, paint work here on the A-pillar trim pieces that we had off doing the windshield. And I would probably replace this cowl vent. It does have some pitting and some rust through in it here. But we got everything done under the hood that we needed to do. New wiring harnesses have been run. Wiper motor's fixed up. That's working fine. The engine runs great in this. It does need the brakes need attention before this thing goes on the road. As we pointed out at the beginning of this, original 65 single pot master cylinder, and we have a replacement disc brake system on this car. Not a good combination, so that needs to be addressed. Probably a booster with the proper master cylinder on it, and some other things under the hood. Just like I say, a lot of detail things need to be done on this car, and this would be a really nice car. Really nice car for cruising in. So again, that's the end of our Chevelle project. We're going to move on to other projects. We got the 1980 Ford F-350 up here we got to get started on, and we got to get back on Project Zombie, get the Mercedes back in here and keep rolling through these things after we get the Monte Carlo painted. But I appreciate everybody that's been following along with this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Hit that subscribe button, and then once you've subscribed, click on the bell notifications so you'll know when I've got new videos out, and you'll be notified as to when they come out so you can catch those right away. And leave me a like. Any comments you'd like to know about this car, if you're interested in it, please get a hold of me through that medium, and I can put you in touch with the owner of this car, and maybe you can be the next one that's driving this down the road. Until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon.